Hey everybody, welcome to Jon D Podcast. I'm your host, Jon D Miller. Welcome to episode number 70. Everybody, number 70. Numero 70 in the old Espanol language. That's right. I always thought it was siete. What? I don't know. Wait, right? It's always cinco, seis, siete. I don't know why I thought it was siente. What was I saying? Siente? I guess I want to say thank you to any native and Spanish speakers that I ever worked with in restaurants or in construction or anything like that. So, siente, that means feel in Spanish. So, when I was saying I need 70 creme brulees as backups, I was just saying I need to feel creme brulee. And then, or if I was asking for like 70 nails, I need to feel nails. Well, that doesn't make me feel very good. I don't know. I'm the one who's like, I speak some Spanish. And then every once in a while, I get surprised by what I don't know. And it's not that hard. English is a harder language. It is. We have all these weird contractions and everything else. And they have that in Spanish. They have certain sayings in the South as they don't really have in the North of the United States. The same thing goes on in other places where they speak other languages. I'm not talking about Spain. This is everywhere. So I need to feel creme brulee. I swear that's what I was saying. I was literally like, yeah, it's siente. No, it's not. All right. 1,314 going on 1,315 days now as I begin to record this of no booze. No booze. Yes. No booze. No booze. How are ye's? How are you's? How are y'all's? Man, I do love some creme brulees. Why? Why did I bring those up? Yeah. Creme brulees, man. What is the history of it? So this is whatever's according to the AI now on my phone. This is what it is. So I think the French, this is what I was saying. 1691. Okay. Le Cuisinier Royal et Bourgeois. Oh, he's the chef at the Palace of Versailles. So, that meant he had probably gone to culinary school is what I'm thinking. He probably, like what, an ECPI? Did they have those back then? Massiolot's recipe. Oh, the guy's name is Massiolot. I forgot to say that. His name is Francois Massiolot. 1691. And it was a custard based with caramelized sugar. What's he? England? Similar dessert. England? I didn't know this. Okay. As early as 1630. Movie conflict, huh? Oh no, that's Spain. Because apparently they did it too. So who did it first? Did they do it in England? It says England, not the UK. All right. Well, let's see what the Spanish did. Muy creme brulee, yo. Okay. Since the medieval times. Oh, like when they were doing the thing with the pendulum? Wasn't that it? The Spanish Inquisition? Libre de Saint-Sauve. So 14th century, man. Yeah, that would have been around there. So you mean to tell me that while the dude was in the thing with the pendulum going back and forth with the blade and it's going down, 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 swinging back and forth, right? Them dudes were out there somewhere just sitting in the castle eating crema catalana. That's messed up. But yeah, 14th century. All right. Well, that was fun. Watch a lot of football the first 3 weeks. Have you guys enjoyed the NFL so far this year? I do want to say, I think the Vikings undefeated is crazy. I'm not surprised the Cowboys are 1-2, to be honest, just looking at their schedule. I think the Chiefs got away with the pass interference in the end zone against the Falcons. That was absolutely ridiculous, was it not? All right. Whatever. It is one of those things though where I don't know. It's week 3. It's so early, and football is such a week-to-week thing because you could lose somebody and you can get to week 7, right? Your dude's out for the season or whatever. You're screwed. Here was what I really wanted. This moment I had was actually in week 2. My son and I were hanging out. We were watching. It was the Eagles and the Falcons Monday night game, and we're sitting there and we're watching. And the Eagles are actually down in the Falcons red zone, but all they really need to do is get a first down, and the game's over. And Saquon Barkley, he used to play for the Giants, now plays for the Eagles. He came out of the backfield, and Jalen Hurts floated the ball out to him, and he had room. All he had to do was catch it, and then then run, and he'd have been there. He at least would have gotten the first down, maybe a touchdown. Dude's got some moves, right? And it literally just went and just tipped right off of his fingertips. It just boom and just bounced off. I started laughing really hard, and my kid Kids looking at me like, yeah, that was funny what happened to Barkley. And yeah, I was rooting against them because I don't like the Eagles, right? I said, no, man. Basically what I said was, that's exactly what I would have done. I just started laughing, and I think I teared up a little. It just reminded me that sports can be indicative of life. We don't all play football, right, in the NFL, but we do have those moments, right, where the ball's right there, and it just goes off our fingertips. But in real life, I think that's what I would have done, though, too. It was a double entendre. Entendre. Crème brûlée. But, give Saquon Barkley credit because this past week, he went out and had a monster, not a monster, but a very good game against the Saints, who had been balling out there. So give him credit for that. Now, his consequences for dropping a ball in a game, he still gets to go home to his, I don't know, I imagine probably a very large house and a sports car, and who knows what else he's got. Probably has a big grill out there. So I'm a married man. I don't know what else to envy him for. I can't do the wife thing because I have my own, who's a lovely lady. But I'm just saying his consequences are he doesn't deal with, like, you metaphorically drop the ball in life. It could really mess up a lot more, and you're not rich to take care of it. However, the example's still the same, right? Isn't it? Isn't the example still the same? You got to keep going. Just keep doing it. Hey, got to go back. Try it again. Next week could be better. Let's talk about the NHL real quick. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, come on, man. Got Ovi, 42 goals to break Gretzky's record, 41 to tie, 42 to make it happen. I don't know if he's going to do it this year. That would be crazy if he did, because you probably won't see him next year. All right, we'll see. He's 39. I think he's going to play until he's 40. I don't know, but that's something to look forward to. But I do want to touch on the tragic death of Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey, who was killed. He was on a bike, he and his brother Matthew. They were on riding their bikes, and it was I don't even want to tell you the whole story, but they were in New Jersey, and they got in an accident with a car, which was being driven by a person who was legally intoxicated, but had basically been impatient and decided to go around some cars that were too slow for him, for his liking, on the wrong side of the road, basically, and hit Johnny Gaudreau and his brother, and they were killed. And it's sad. I mean, and it's really sad because Johnny Gaudreau had kids, very young kids. He also had another one on the way. And their sister's wedding was the next day. I'm just going to say this right now. It's a freaking tragedy, man. It's a freaking tragedy. From the moment I heard about it, I was like, this is freaking terrible. My heartfelt condolences to his family and the whole Gaudreau family. I know nobody from them will ever hear this, but his story was a great one. This is my reminder. This is from Jon D to you people out there. Slow down, be more patient. Maybe if you wouldn't be in such a hurry all the time, if you actually left at a decent time to get there. Otherwise, just say, look, I'm going to be late. And don't try to make up that time. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Rest in peace to Mr. Gaudreau. Both of the Gaudreau boys. No sponsor this episode, by the way. What's going on, John? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. There's a situation and we're trying to get it figured out. I say we being me, mostly. No, it really is. It's mostly me. And I am just trying to make some decisions on where I want to go with some of the different aspects of who I allow to be on the show. Not that I don't get money from my sponsors I've had in the past. I have, and I did, or I do. However, at the moment, I'm not in a situation where I feel that my show, and you, my listeners, they got to hook me up in order to get to you, right? Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and roll in. Let's talk about some Emmys out there, people, huh? Did you enjoy the Emmys, everybody? I know I did. Congratulations to Mr. Mike Birbiglia for being nominated for a Best Variety Special, I believe is what it was. Him, and he ended up losing out to Alex Edelman, his special called Just For Us. But Mike, he got nominated for his awesome one-man show that he did called The Old Man in the Pool. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's actually very, very funny. He definitely has made himself into this storyteller that is it's just really cool how he does it. So, yeah, so very, very neat to see him. And very cool to see him on the TV, too. That was the thing, because when Alex Edelman won, You could see Mike right there. And Mike was up there cheering. I knew Mike years ago when he first started. And so it was really cool to see that. But it is sort of one of those things like, okay, yeah, he's at the Emmys and I'm sitting out here trying to figure out how I'm going to get my old Toyota back on the road. Yeah. So good for him on that one. And I haven't seen Alex Edelman's special Just for Us, but I hear it's very good. So, and I do have plans to check it out just based on the fact that if nothing else, that it beat out Mike's Old Man in the Pool, because I know what that is. So, it's got to be, even if I don't necessarily find it better, it's got to be, equal in a lot of ways. Okay. Here's the problem I have though with the Emmys this year, and they keep doing it and they've done it before. Okay. Look, The Bear is not a comedy series. Okay. It's not. I don't know how many times I can tell you that, but it isn't. It's a drama with some funny moments. I don't know. That's what I perceive it to be. And, hey, I like Jeremy Allen White. I do. Good for him and his laying around in his underwear, getting his picture taken stuff. Good for him on that and the other stuff he's done. He's done some other, I think he's a great actor. And so was that guy, Eben Moss-Bachrach. I don't know how you say his name, but I like him. Really liked him in Andor. He had a little bit of a role in that. I think it's great, but it's not a comedy. It's not a comedy. What They Do in the Shadows or Curb Your Enthusiasm or Only Murders in the Building, which is a dark comedy. I don't know about Reservation Dogs because I haven't seen that. Not that I wouldn't, I haven't. It's never popped up. Maybe I should. But Martin Short for comedy. Larry David, Jeremy Allen White, you're a great actor. This really keeps coming up like it's the old Jethro Tull beating Metallica for the, right? For the Grammy eons ago before they finally figured out what the hell they were doing. That's what it feels like to me. You're killing me on this. What else did we have? A lot of people that I just haven't seen in a long time. And I'm like, where are these people doing? They have to be out there making money doing something, right? No, they are. They're just on streaming services you don't have. There's so much content out there now. Yeah, those people are out there. Kristen Wiig's still out there. Gene Smart, Maya Rudolph, right? Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building. I watched that one. Ayo Adebin. She was on The Bear. She actually, when she hosted SNL, she did a really good job. I was very impressed. And then Quinta Brunson. I'm just giving this as the Abbott Elementary, but I've never seen Hacks and Gene Smart, who you probably remember from old 80s shows. Let's see who else. Yeah, supporting actor. Paul Rudd, Only Murders in the Building, and Eben Moss for The Bear. It's not a comedy. Bowen Yang. I'm just saying. Now I do like Eliza Colon-Zayas. I do think she's pretty good. I like her character on The Bear. But the show is not put it in the right category and then tell me it's where it's, John Bernthal, who won for The Bear, beat out Matthew Broderick, Ryan Gosling, Bob Odenkirk, Christopher Lloyd. Well, Bob Odenkirk was also on The Bear. Never mind. Look, I like The Bear. I've seen the show. It sometimes maybe my working in restaurants too much, it gives me a little bit of PTSD. It really does. It's like every time I see a drunk girl acting crazy, it just gives me flashbacks to bad memories of relationships gone by. And so sometimes when I watch The Bear, it really is like, oh, I remember being there. I remember feeling that way. So I like the show. It's not a comedy, Emmys. That's my feeling. Some people feel differently, obviously. But I think it's funny that Alex Edelman beat out the Oscars. The actual Oscars themselves on television got nominated for awards. Is that legal? Is that not nepotism of some sort? I do want to call that out for a minute. The Oscars actually won an Emmy. That doesn't seem right to me. I thought they had some really cool categories. This is one of the things that I really like about it. They have like best game show. I thought that was cool. Best talk show. Best game show. Was it? Did Jeopardy won? I think Jeopardy won. So once again, congratulations to Mr. Birbiglia, Mr. Birbigaboo. That's one of his first jokes that I literally just laughed out loud at. And if you wanna find out the joke, you got to look up his stuff. Anyways, always a good time. Congratulations to Mike. That was really cool to see him on the TV. And I'm like, I know that dude. All right. So let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. And this is just something that happened to me literally just a little while ago. I was outside messing with some stuff and I saw over on the ground, and it was raining. It's raining out. and I saw a lightning bug. I could just see the little twinkle of the light going off, right? Just a little twinkle of the light. Like, oh no, lightning bug down, right? Lightning bug down. And so, I felt bad. It's a little late for lightning bugs, but I thought, man, I actually walked over, and I know it's lightning bug. So I got up on my finger and I took it and I put it on a little dry spot up next to the house on the patio there. And it sat there for a couple minutes, just kind of wiggling its antennas around. And it turned one way and it turned the other. And it popped up on its wings and it flew back out. And it went back out into the rain. And then I saw it go and I saw it hit the ground again. And I could see its little green light twinkling. And I thought, I'm not helping you this time. And it just made me think about, maybe you help people out every once in a while, huh? You see somebody down in the rain, maybe help them out a little bit, right? Give them a lift over to some drier space. It's always a good thing to do. On the flip side of that, though, learn the lesson. You can take people to help. And they'll sit there and they'll be good. And then sometimes they'll go out and do the exact same stupid shit over again. And then you just kind of gotta let them go. That's what I'm saying. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. That was fun. Oh yeah. So I'm going to address this. I know I said last episode at the very end that I was going to have a guest on this one. I'm sorry. The scheduling just hasn't worked out. Partly my fault, partly other people. You know what? I'm not that worried about saying it, and that's why I didn't really address it earlier, is because I see the numbers on this and how long people listen for, and I think probably only about 16 of you heard me say that last part at the end. So I'm not that worried about it. Please follow me on social media, Jon D Comedy, Jon D Podcast. On Twitter, that's right, suck it, Elon. Jon D Podcast on Facebook, Jon D Podcom on Instagram and Threads. Don't forget, you can get a $10 Amazon gift card if you're the first person that takes the show title, puts it in an email to me at jondpodcom@gmail.com. Send me an email with the title of the show and the minute mark that it is in the episode. And if you're first one to do it, sorry, you got to take my word for it. But if you're the first one to do it, I'll give you a $10 Amazon gift card. Okay? Okay. And if you're wrong, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go, sorry, you're wrong. I try not to say things twice, the ones that I take. Or at least if I say it twice, it's right there. You know what I mean? I'm not doing like a callback. Like I do one there and then one later and then I forget. And I'm like, no, that's not the right one. No, I'm not trying to do all that. I do need to get going though. As always, please like, subscribe, download, tell your friends, leave a review on like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It helps other people find the show. All right. Let's talk about our charities real quick. No Kid Hungry. Many school-age children are in situations where the best meal of the day for them comes from school. No Kid Hungry helps children with meals when children in need are away from school, such as weekends and holidays. No Kid Hungry. Wounded Warrior Project, the brave men and women who have served our country, deserve the best care we can give them after they return home. Some of them have wounds that are external and or internal that they might need help with, or even just accessible housing. Okay, Wounded Warrior Project. BestFriends.org is making a difference by helping homeless dogs and cats in shelters be adopted faster and in more numbers. Their goal is to have the entire country no-kill shelter by the year 2025. You can look for links to all of those charities in the show notes. If you want to just go there, just look at the show notes. I got them all right there for you. All right, so make sure you check out those or any other charities that might be in your local area. And after all of that charity, if you got time for a little charity, you can help support the show right here through our official listener support app, Venmo, at Jon D Podcom. I already did the socials. I'm not worried about that. Don't forget to check out my YouTube if you want, Jon D Podcom. I got my short album, Quick Burn, my comedy album. Nothing major. It's just audio only. But check that out. I got like 3 subscribers. Executive producers for Jon D Podcast are Tom Higg. That's his voicemail when you call him. And Liz Miller. Thanks to them each for helping to make this happen in their own ways. I hadn't done that in a long time. I haven't done the Tom Higg. This episode was recorded and produced by yours truly, Jon D Miller, in the Amber Tree Media Studio. No sponsor on this episode. I was about to read the old spot there. Well, not the old spot. It might be another one again. It's not on this one, though. All right. That's it. That's been episode 70, numero 70, in the old Espanol language of Jon D Podcast. I've been your host, Jon D Miller. All right. Great talking to you. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And until next time, later for you.